I am live. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Hi, it's good to see you. Thank you so much for coming this week, and it's nice to see everybody. It looks like Scarlett's starting off with a giggle, which I love. I love. Good morning, Scarlett. Hello, or I guess afternoon where you are. Johnny, hi. Oh, it's great to see you. Hello. Mwah. Oh, good morning, chat. Oh, good morning, Aunt Boo. Hello, it's great to see you. By the way, call me later. The girls and I are going out tonight. So, Aunt Boo, if you don't know, is my sister. I think everybody in the chat so far probably knows. Um, let's see, Raquel Swartz. Good morning, honey. How are you? It's good to see you this morning. Thank you so much for coming. We'll get started in just a couple of minutes with the whole list. I can tell you, I'm a little bit off this morning. I I I ran out of Zyrtec last night. I just realized I was out of Zyrtec, so I took a Benadryl, and I took two of them because the bottle said two. And whoa, good Lord, have mercy! I slept so hard this morning. I slept right through my alarm. So the Benadryl stuff is working. It's just wow. Yeah, no, there's a reason why they give it to dogs for anxiety. It's so crazy. Good morning, Deb. It's good to see you. You look cute on your auction. Zoe, good morning. How are you doing, baby girl? It's nice to see you. It's the Kraken. Hello, the Kraken. Good morning. It's nice to see you too. Jessica, hi. Good morning. Hi. I hope you and the kids are doing well. Well, good morning, Hot Mess, the thrifter, my neighbor. That's Amy. Amy is, she does not live that far from me. We're going to be hitting the bins pretty soon. So I'm excited about that. And there is Liv. Hi, Liv. Good morning, Liv. It's nice to see you here too. Wow, everybody, thank you so much for your time this morning. Who needs sleep? Dodo? Yeah, not me. I don't know. Apparently, I did. I who knew? But yeah, I don't think I'll be hitting the Benadryl anytime soon. I just, I mean, the good news is I slept like the dead. But yeah, gorgeous. Let me know when you are ready. Let me know what your schedule looks like because mine's fairly free most of the time. So reach out to me on IG. Let me know when you're ready, what days work for you and what times, and we will do the thing. I definitely want to. I haven't met Gorgeous in person, and she's right here in St. Louis, and that is entirely on me. Let's see. It's a sleepy day here anyway. Here, the rain and it's cold out in May. It is chilly out today. It's kind of strange. Okay, Jess, the only day I can't go to the bins is today, and it's only because I'm still fuzzy headed from that. I took Benadryl instead of my regular allergy medicine, and there's a 90% chance that I'm actually going back to sleep after this. I'm just so messed up. Um, Not used to that. But let's start with a little bit of Glamma's Closet news. Um, the uh, the second part of the bins haul was released on Tuesday, and so we've got that video out. If you want to see, it's part two, Bins and Friends, and check out my channel if you'd like to see the second part of the bins haul. Yeah, there is a 90% chance that I am still sleeping. I may be sleepwalking. This could all be a dream. So we released that on Tuesday, and I was really happy with the premiere and with the chat in that video, and we just had a fun time. I don't expect a huge stampede of a crowd on a Tuesday afternoon. There's so much going on YouTube and the reseller community on Tuesdays. It just seemed like I needed to pick a day and be consistent, and Tuesdays at 6 was that was our time drop. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. Still allergies. Now you know why I take all the stuff. We do have Aunt Boo and I are going to be doing Thrifts and Giggles this weekend, so that would come out on Tuesday again at 6. And that'll be of course, a premiere chat. It's a lot of fun to have the Thrifts and Giggles as a premiere chat. I think it's going to be fun. Good morning, Holly Stevens. It is so good to see you. Look at that gorgeous woman. That's my buddy Holly, my Ola. Holly, I will see you tonight. And yes, I am wearing jeans and lots of makeup. I did a midnight video, because I like to do late night sometimes, because that my overnight people too tend to appreciate it, because there's something for them to jump into and watch, and it's alive. So I did a Met Gala review, and we talked about why we watched the Met Gala, and I'll get into that a little bit more in fashion news in just a second. Also, if I have been so overexposed, I've been on YouTube between the listing challenge and everything that's been going on. I've been on YouTube, it feels like every other day. So next week you will see me twice. You'll see me in the premiere on Thrifts and Giggles, and you'll see me on the Thursday morning live chat. And pretty much that's probably it, unless I hop into somebody else's premiere and say hi and things like that. But as far as seeing my face goes, I think, I don't know if you're sick of me, but I certainly am. You can only do this for so long. But like when you do a listing challenge, you do every day, for a week, you do a check-in, or at least I do, because I feel like I owe it to the other people doing the listing challenge to take that journey all the way with them. So yeah. I feel like I need to sort of take a little bit of a break before and make sure that I don't burn out. And yeah, Dodo, you're right. I don't want to burn out too much. Oh, Jen is out of some rummage sales. Funny you should mention that, because I think that if we can find some good ones, that may be our next Thrifts and Giggles from this weekend. So I think that would Thrifts and Giggles rummage sales style. I can't talk. But I think that'll be fun. And Jen, I love a rummage sale. I love it. Yeah, you never know what you're going to find. Literally never know what you're going to find. And some of the best weirdness that I've ever found is at rummage sales. And y'all know I love weirdness. I love a good weird moment. And then finally, just, I went to a black tie event, what I thought was a black tie birthday event last Saturday, for my son's birthday, my middle son. And of course we got off of the bus and he got married. So that happened. So it's weird, because I had two family birthdays. I had like a grandson nephew birthday, and then I had what I thought was my son's birthday, and turns out it was a wedding. So it's been a little overwhelming these past couple of weeks. It's been gonna be crazy. I have a feeling we're gonna need to bring our umbrellas. Funny story for the party bus, which turned into a wedding. I've actually got like a ton of. I've got like 3 or 4 brand new umbrellas in my trunk, so I think we're good as long as we take my car. Weird is good, keeps us on our toes. It really does, Deb. I think that's true. You've been making boxes and bags of your dumpster finds. Jess, you find some of the coolest stuff in those dumpsters. If I weren't scared to death of critters, I'd be right there with you. But those, just the idea of like a mouse or a rat jumping out at me, I'm scared to death. But yeah, you come up with some really cool stuff. So congratulations, Jessica. Okay, so this week in sales, I had an odd byproduct. I had good sales this week. I had a designer piece that kind of put it over the edge. An odd byproduct of the listing challenge, and it may also be an odd byproduct from Poshmark's tinkering with the algorithm, and we'll talk about that too. We're getting sales from older listings. I sold like a lot of older stuff that's been sitting. I talked with Ali Dell about this, and she's like, well, consider any of the summer or spring stuff that you posted towards the end of summer last year or the beginning of fall. And I'm like, that's true. So, but I did have this week in sales, I didn't see I did see one interesting trend, and here's where we're going to start. I sold one pair of heels, two skirts, one designer item, and that's just anything that's like a really high end designer item. That was a pair of Manola Blahnik driving shoes, one pair of overalls. By the way, Main Street Blues, so trust me, I sell everything. Two shapers, one dress, one hard goods, home goods thing, one jewelry, one handbag, one blouse, one jeans, one intimates, and one hat. The thing is that I think what I'm starting to see is that they're bye Jessica, it's good to see you. I think they're starting to go for the because of the heels, because of the shaper wear. The shapewear is kind of an indication, and the hat was like a just married floppy beach hat. I still have to ship that out today. Because of some of the things that they bought, I'm what I'm seeing is that people are starting to buy more for social events and less for like daily comfort homeware. So not as many sweats, a little more of the heels and the shapewear and things that we, like to wear to weddings or require to weddings. And it's not just weddings, it's, graduations and proms and bat mitzvahs and bar mitzvahs and things like that. Good morning, Roman. It's good to see you. So that was the trend that I noticed. And again, but yeah, some of the older items have been waltzing out the door. And I don't know if it's because people are ready for those styles again. I don't know if it's because, again, Poshmark, tinkering with the algorithm. I suspect it just has to do with the fact that, it's time for people to wear those and get out. So, and get out of the house is what I mean. Oh, you decided not to watch Johnny Depp trial on YouTube anymore. Well, good, Roman. You can start being a little more productive with your time. No, everybody has their guilty pleasures. Don't don't be don't kill it. I mean, either you enjoy it or you don't, and if you don't enjoy it, don't watch it. Yes, my eBay and Etsy sales have been fantastic. Yeah, there are some things that are uh, people are going out now. They're buying designer. In this particular case, it was still like comfort designer because those were driving shoes, so they were like they're like slippers, but they're like $150 slippers on resale, so it's pretty good. Um, but yeah, I'm noticing, like, you're right, Deb. I'm noticing, like, they're buying more jewelry. They're buying more things that would have to do with events outside of the home. And so I think everybody has been constrained, about as much as they could. And between winter being done, or at least everywhere but St. Louis, all of that, I think it's just people are starting to get more active socially, and we're starting to see that. Um, so yeah, that's what happened in my closet this week. Very strange. Very strange. Not sure how to react to it, but it's been kind of weird. Fashion news. In fashion news, can I get a okay, let's just start. The Met Gala was May 2nd. That was Monday night. Monday night. Yeah, which is the stupidest night of the week for a big fancy do, but whatever. I guess if you're wealthy and famous, you don't really punch a clock Monday through Friday. They had the Met Gala event, and it's a fundraiser. If you guys don't know, it's a fundraiser for the New York Met. And typically it's headed by Anna Wintour, who is the former editor of Vogue. Um, and they have a curated portion of the museum for fashion history, and so that is what we kind of took a look at on Tuesday night. Um, let's see. That reporter's dress was fire. Actors are narcissists, and we all know this, but she is bonkers and takes it to a whole nother. Yeah, it's the Met Gala gets a little weird, but it's a chance for those who are um it's a chance for those who are in the fashion business to, sort of flex their muscles and make their mark, to stand out, to yeah, Bethel, exactly. Yeah, that was my jam. She was my girl. Um, Good morning, Swamp Picker. How you doing? It's good to see you this morning. So, yeah, I agree, Bethel, and good morning, Glenn. So, the theme this year, every year they have a theme. And 50% of the time, every single person misses the theme somehow. I don't know how. I don't think it's that difficult. And especially since most of them are surrounded by style teams that would actually have a fashion background of some sort. So I'm not sure how they keep missing the theme, but it's Hollywood. Who knows? Well, it's half Hollywood and well, actually, it's 90% Hollywood, I would say, and like 10% wealthy people, and um, having some serious thumper bumpers right now. Hi, Dana, and everyone in chat. I don't know what that means, but yeah. So, so why do we care about the Met Gala and their over the top fashion moments and their red carpet situation? Why would resellers care about that? And I'm seeing the chat has lots of great opinions on that. Oh, thunderstorms with hail. Chaos, go in the basement, honey. That's what we call tornado weather here. Um, so why would resellers care about that? Here is why. It's one of the top places where fashion icons and influence are seen, made, and copied. A style carpet like that can literally make or break somebody as a fashion influencer. It can happen. It does happen. That's not a question of it can happen. That's how these things go. That's how these things are made. Hey, good morning, hip chicks. Hello. Thank you. So guess who will be starting lines of fashion, shoes, perfume. Again, I give the example of Rihanna with Fenty, and there are so many more like that, where if you're a style influencer and you've been kind of known for being, the girl who shows up on the red carpet on point and gets all the kudos from all of the fashion people around the world, and all of the magazines and all of the online situations, if you're that guy, you end up being branded somehow. It is true. And then once they're branded, guess who will be shopping for those, and guess who will be selling those if they were smart enough to stay ahead of the curve. So water table is 5 feet below surface. What's a basement? Okay, gotcha. Then you may want to go to the inner room of the house, Chaos. So there's a reason why I follow these things, and it's because I want to stay as far ahead of the curve as possible. And also, I want to see who the influences are, because what if they pop up with something? What if they decide that white shirts tied in front are a thing, and 2 of them wear it? All of a sudden, white shirts are flying off the shelves, and nobody can figure out why. But it's a specific type of white shirt with a specific brand. That happened with Gap and like their cutoff sweatshirts. Somebody had a Gap spell out with a cutoff sweatshirt. Gap sweatshirts after that were flying off the shelves because everybody wants to be Emma Chamberlain or one of the Hadid sisters or something like that. So the style influencers are in many cases making our money. And it's also something where, if you catch it early enough, if you see them in something that you think is going to be a really big thing, you can kind of go out and thrift for that before the thrift stores get overrun with people trying to do that. So it's just kind of one of those things where we keep an eye on the fashion news. But for a detailed breakdown of my personal take on the Met Gala, I had my midnight Met Gala live review on Tuesday night. So yeah, that was Versace's big moment. Timeless Jewelries by Deb. Blake Lively was incredible. I love the reference to the Statue of Liberty. That was an incredible moment in fashion, and I really enjoyed it. The reveal it was a little awkward, but reveals on those steps are always a little bit awkward. But once the new one was revealed and it showed, we went from copper to the actual patinaed copper of the Statue of Liberty. It was just incredible. I love that reference. That was unfortunately, I think, Versace's best moment of the night because it was kind of downhill from there. Some of the other Versace looks that I saw, I was not a big fan of. But that is, again, if you want to see my breakdown and my opinions, and how I feel about most Kardashians. So salty. So anyway, that's from Tuesday night. Go take a look at that. And if you want to just know the fashion moment, skip ahead to about the 10-minute mark because we say hi and all that stuff. Okay, so in YouTube update news, I really only have one big update, and that is Veronica Mitka has reached 1,000 subs. Yay! That's my buddy, and she reached 1,000 subs this week, and I am so happy for her. I can tell you that she works very, very hard on her videos. She does a lot of editing. She does a lot of sourcing. So I'm really, really proud of her efforts, and she has certainly earned it. She earned it the hard way. So yeah, in a world full of Kardashians, be a Stevie Nicks. Honestly, I'd prefer to be a Jackie O, but I get where you're coming from. I'm not going to be a Jackie O. Probably not even going to be as cool as a Stevie Nicks. But yeah, she hit 1,000 subs, and that was really just my YouTube update. There wasn't a whole lot that was super new happening on YouTube this week, or at least that I found out about. Now, if somebody's got something new happening on YouTube, please don't hesitate to, send me an IG and go, hey, this is what's going on. I do want to talk about the tip of the day. And I think it's something that maybe we all need to remind ourselves from time to time. I certainly have to stop what I'm doing and go, okay, Dana, this is where you're at, and you need to be exactly where you're at. You're fine. It's honestly, don't compare your journey to anyone else's. Stop that. The problem that we have when we watch other YouTubers and other resellers on YouTube is that sometimes we see their journey, we see where they're at, we see what they have, we see what they work with, and it's discouraging, and we think that we're too far behind, or we're not doing this enough, or not doing that enough, or we're not, I don't know, we're not. It's what we do as human beings in general, where we're not skinny enough, we're not pretty enough, we're not athletic enough, we're not coordinated enough, we're not rich enough, we're not cool enough, we're not, fill in the blank. We do that with other resellers. We're not selling enough. I'm not selling 10 grand a month, or I'm not, packaging things in the weird way, or I'm not, please stop comparing your journey with other. Everybody has their own path to walk. And there may be things that are happening behind the scenes. In fact, in many cases there are, with other resellers that you don't see in their daily lives. So hustle at your own pace. Aunt Boo, you are absolutely correct. Is that a contradiction of terms? I don't care. You know what? It's not. Sort of. Anyway, Kayla, good morning. Hello, sweetie. But you're right, Aunt Boo, and hustle at your own pace. Rome was not built in a day, I think. I could be wrong. There could be aliens. I'm joking. I don't think there were aliens. But but just stop. Please stop comparing your journey to other people's. I promise you, you'll get to where you're going. If you have goals, you'll get there. Take your steps, one step at a time. All God's children. No judgment. Don't make it comfortable for your home. Yes, everybody who, just because I say I have a business model, that doesn't mean that this has to be your business model in order for you to, make this much money or do this. It's not like that. Everybody has their own business model. Everybody has their own thing to do. So take all of the advice that we've got, take it, think about it, chew on it. Does it work for your life? If it doesn't work for your life, pitch it. Who am I to be the expert of your life or anybody on YouTube? I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, it's you. Let's see. Lifestyle Rewind. Just started selling on eBay last month. I've been avoiding it like the plague, but it's not so bad. Yeah, I started. We're going to have to catch that, Liv. And Raquel, you're right. Make it comfortable for your home. Make it comfortable for your life. Make it work for you. Do you need more money? Okay, then, look at the people who are making more money and go, okay, maybe this is a way to increase sales or something. I keep it fun. If it's too much stress, then it's not worth it. Not for me either, Deb. For me either. Take something and make it your own as long as you're happy. Keep doing it. That's the thing. Yes, absolutely. And I agree with that. I just, it's so easy to go, well, this person has this many followers, or this person has this kind of equipment, and I must have that. Not really. Not really. You can be as analog as you wish. Trust me, I'm like half analog. This person has, this person said that you have to go on this cross-listing program in order to succeed. Not really. You can cross-list from scratch or whatever, or this. I used to have, like, people would be like, oh, I have, 2,000 listings. And I'd be like, oh man. And I'm, here I am with my dinky 350 active listings thinking, that I'm not good enough, and then it'll give you imposter syndrome. Right. And so I would get the worst imposter syndrome. But the truth is, I'm just as much a reseller as they are. I spend as much time reselling. I just spend more time on the marketing side, which is YouTube. And I am not as organized. And that's okay, because that's my journey. And that's okay, because that's my journey. I've only listed 3 things since the challenge ended, but I've been working on organizing inventory. Raquel, you have listed 3 more things than I have since the challenge ended. No lie. I just couldn't. I'm like, yeah, I have to take a little bit of time off from listing because I couldn't. I was so overdone. Let's see. You're good enough. You're smart enough. Doggone it. People like you. I don't know if anybody remembers Stuart Smalley. Most of you, maybe. Look up Stuart Smalley on Saturday Night Live if you haven't. I always try to tell the kids what to Google if I come up with a reference. You've been averaging 8 a day on listing or sales. But the thing is that it's not nobody else's. I mean, a listing challenge is fun for me to kind of kickstart everything. But everybody's got their own journey to take, and you've got your own life things happening. So please don't compare your journey to other people. If you see someone with 15,000 followers and you've got 500, just know that at one point they had 500. They did. So please make sure that you run your own race is my tip of the day. And I think it's one that we all kind of know already. I mean, we're all grown-ups. We all know. But it's one that bears repeating, and sometimes we need reminding of because we get sucked into that rabbit hole. Under rumor has it news, from eBay, I got from eBay, I got an email that said we've introduced biweekly and monthly payout schedules in addition to existing daily and weekly options. So, from what I understand, that means that you can you can set up like an automatic payment from eBay to where they automatically pay you biweekly or once a month, is what I'm saying. Um, because they have daily options and weekly options. And if you have daily options and weekly options, I'm not sure. I think eBay's kind of putting the effort in the wrong place. That's just me, but to do biweekly and monthly payment options, you can. I don't know. I don't get why. I don't get why. Unless somebody needs for it to be structured like a corporate paycheck or something. I honestly, that's the only thing I could think of. But that was an email that I got from eBay, so I just thought I'd pass that along. I don't really sell enough on eBay to make it like a paycheck sort of situation where, give me my paycheck once every 2 weeks. I'm not I'm not a power seller on eBay. Frankly, I'm not that much of a power seller on Poshmark, but I do better on there. In the news of the crossover project, and when I say crossover project, I just mean, bringing hard goods and soft goods people together and exploring each other's worlds. So Danny B of Danny B's Closet. Now, she hasn't posted anything in a few months. So if you don't know who Danny B is, she's a dear woman, just a fantastic person, and I consider her a friend, a reseller friend. And Danny B, I asked her, hey, what have you been up to? And she had a picture of like different pieces sealed in box of different train sets. And Danny B is a clothing, makeup, hair, jewelry, handbag, shoes person all the way. She's a soft goods girl, but she's starting to explore more hard goods. So she bought all these pieces of a train set, and she's been selling them off, like the piece by piece. They're sealed in the original box, piece by piece. For she said she's made like $20 on 3 different pieces so far. So and she's done more cross listing, and I think it's a great way to pivot when you have slow sales. I think it's a great way to sort of think outside of the box, and so she was, doing, she's doing more cross listing, but she's also doing more cross sourcing. So she's sourcing newer items. She's still sourcing clothing, shoes, all of that. But she's also starting to source, hard goods. She's been looking into all sorts of different things, and it's I call it the story of Danny B and the Perfectly Wonderful train set, and I cannot wait. I do want to interview her. Hopefully, at the beginning of summer, she'll have some time because she is in the education field, and so school is always, that's always priority. But I find it interesting that even someone who is a pretty committed soft goods person is willing to sort of look across the aisle and explore the other options. And I think that's what a lot of people are doing. They're sort of expanding their knowledge base and looking for new things to sell. Let's see, I have some glassware coming in my kids' Legos and Pokemons to put up in jewelry lots. Looking at starting YouTube auctions. That is definitely, Bethel, the YouTube auctions. I like them. I like doing them. Let's see. I have a short list of things I check for in hard goods every time I thrift. Yeah. Bethel, I'm normally soft goods too. Yeah. Yeah. Me too. I know, right? Do we not love Danny B? Hey, Patrick Murphy. What's up, P. Murph? So Let's see. Oh yes, I've always sold hard goods, soft goods, jewelry, ephemera. And it's hard to know. Okay, it's hard to know to carry around a knowledge base, an instant knowledge base in your head of all this different stuff, right? Because then now there's soft goods and hard goods, and now we need to know, is this purse real, and is it valuable, and and yet then we're looking over at this. So I think if you pick, I think Danny's journey is interesting, because I think if you pick one thing at a time to find out about, now you know about that one thing. I don't think that that was a bad thing. Oh, shh. Everybody, everybody, don't tell on Patrick. Restyle secrets, exactly. That's why my list is short. Yeah, it's really, and you learn about different things, but also I love being at the bins, because sometimes you can pick up things that you know nothing about, but you don't feel really guilty about that because you're spending like $1 or $2. And the cost of goods is low enough to make it worth your while and look into. And sometimes you find something that's really cool. Salty treats. It's time, guys. It's time for a little salt. Can we sprinkle just a little bit of salt on it? Salty treats of the week. We're going to talk about the Poshmark fireside chat, and I'm going to talk about it in a very brief way. Here are my thoughts about it. Nobody was really happy with that chat. Not the people who went, not the people who gave it. Nobody looked really happy to be there or to be a part of it. I don't think. I think that yeah, Liv. I think Poshmark kind of beat around the bush. I think that they have. I think that them tinkering around with our algorithm without telling people was it was at best it was a lie of omission or an accidental oversight, which I totally don't believe that happened, but at best that's what was happening. At worst, they just experimented on us and we were their guinea pigs. That being said, they are a publicly owned company. They are a corporation. And a corporation is much like a politician. It doesn't matter how good they are, they're going to lie to you at some point. You're going to get lied to. So for people to expect someone to post some, scapegoats, some sacrificial lambs out, in the yard, and wait for them to get torn apart by the by the resellers who are angry about the um about the feedback, for them to put their sacrificial lambs out there and for people to just tear them a new one. It's so predictable, it's so cliche. Stop. It's dumb. It's stop. Your voice doesn't mean anything to Poshmark unless you're a stockholder. So if you want your voice to matter, go buy stock. I hate to say this. No, I don't hate to say it. I'm just going to say it. They don't owe you. None of these platforms owe you anything. They don't. They're public. They're either publicly owned companies or publicly traded companies or privately owned companies but ultimately they don't owe you anything. You go on there, you sell your stuff, and that's it. It's not a personal relationship with you. They have millions and millions of sellers. So do I think that the fireside chat was useful? No, I don't. Come out, lie, go back in. I just don't think it was useful. I also don't think throwing a hissy fit at the two people who, they drug out of the poor office chairs to do that. I don't think throwing a hissy fit at them was any good either. Yeah, way to shout at a girl sitting in a chair halfway across the country who, honestly, if they cared, you would have gotten a poll or something, I think. So that's just my 2 cents. That's my take on it. That's my salty little take on it. It just kind of the whole thing. You sell exactly. You sell your stuff, and you sell your stuff, and the company collects their money. That's pretty much how that goes. With Etsy, it got to the point where fees were so crippling and overwhelming, and a lot of these people were creating things from their houses. So with Etsy, I kind of understand the boycott. They were talking about boycotting. They were talking about instituting a boycott for Poshmark, and I am the type of person who will boycott something if I feel strongly about it. I am that guy. I don't. I'm like, okay, so the market down the street from you closed down 2 stalls, and now you're mad about it. Scratch it and get glad. This is business, and you do have to be somewhat flexible, and you have to be willing to take your business in different directions. So again, that's sorry. I'm sorry. I know that sounds really harsh and offensive, but but it is it's the grown-up way, I think, of looking at it. Like any company or job, while you can love your job or what you do, your job does not love you. Everybody's replaceable. Everybody's replaceable. In any situation, everybody's replaceable. Well, with few exceptions, like, obviously nobody can replace your mom or anyway, I'm going to move on from my salty treat. Oh, this is interesting. I feel like Posh Love led people to believe it was an actual relationship, and now your disappointing boyfriend is treating you bad. I feel sad for those folks. And they did draw in part of their appeal, and part of their outreach had to do with making PFFs and the social aspect of it. And I think for anyone who was really into the social aspect of it, it's yeah. Yeah, I think that would have been disappointing. That's a very valid point. So for people because there were a lot of people who were into the social aspect of it. They did the parties, they hosted the coffee and sips, they did the posh and sips, they did things like that. So yeah, it's kind of like finding out that finding out that your boyfriend's seeing 10 million other people. It's a little tough. A little tough. Um, and I don't say, I don't want to be like, suck it up, your feelings don't matter, because people's feelings, they do matter. But in this particular situation, I feel like we need to be realistic about how much corporations get away with. Most companies get away with darn near murder, and who knows? No, most companies get away with a lot of, prevarication, a lot of lies. There's a lot of lying that goes on. So, I actually know somebody who may or may not still be in the chat who was like, hey, what's up with the algorithm change? They actually sent an email to Poshmark, and Poshmark sent an email back, and they were like, what algorithm change? We didn't do anything. No, you're just, maybe you should try selling this way or that way. So, and then of course they came out at the fireside chat, and they were like, yeah, we were tinkering with the algorithm. And you're like, okay. Remember that one time when you sent me an email and you were like, what? No algorithm changed. It's so crazy. So a lot of people, I think, felt kind of gaslit by that, and rightly so. So I can understand the anger. I just can't understand yep. Oh, good. You are still here. Yeah, that actually we Dodo and I talked about that. Remember that book, He's Just Not That Into You? That's exactly what it is. Yeah, I agree. I didn't buy that community shenanigans after they let free people and other companies start selling directly on the platform. And that's the thing, people got salty about that too. And I kind of got salty about that. I'm like, okay, you're letting them compete new with tags with what I've got. I just don't see how that's And so I think Poshmark's one of those platforms that's trying new things. But I think it's kind of like any other platform or any other store or any other business or service. If you see something that you don't like, you are welcome to walk away and try something else. I don't think there's any such thing as the perfect platform. Although, guys, check out Treasures Noir's video about Destashify because I do think that's cool. I think that she's got some good information on that, and that's kind of a newer platform. So that is, Poshmark's Fireside Chat. That's my salty treat. I'm kind of over it. I think everybody's kind of over it at this point. I like what my old store manager said. I said, "Did you replace me?" He replied, "We hired someone to do your job, but we can't replace you." I think that that's a marvelous thing. I just go 2 levels up in management and see if they even know who you are. Sometimes that's usually how that works. It's still a baby trying to run when they're still walking. Yeah. Yeah, they're still learning to walk, and now they want to be eBay. And you can be eBay, but then, eBay's already eBay. They're trying to pivot for sure. I understand that, but they should at least try not to piss people off. That's the thing. I mean, just, how about just don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining. Quit BSing me. I'm a grown woman. I can take it. Quit BSing me. But if you're, if you're expecting for Poshmark to care about your feelings, it's not the way the world works, honeys. It's not the way the world works. I hate to say it. That sounds cynical. Blame it on my being Gen X. I'm grateful to Posh for allowing me to make 700 plus sales there, but I don't expect anything from Posh. Now that I've been on eBay for a month, I think I actually prefer eBay. And it's a matter of just personal preference. And trust me, if you're with eBay long enough, you will find things to complain about. Their return policy is crazy. I don't like it. As a seller, I don't like it. But that being said, you can complain about anything. It's raining and I can complain about the mud, or I can be, grateful that my flowers are getting rain. So yeah, eBay is a big, messy, remodeled, ancient mansion. I love you, Liv. But at least they send seller updates in advance of changes and remind you constantly the change is coming. Yeah, they really do that. And that was I think Poshmark has issues with disclosure. And I think that they need to maybe talk to the marketing team and make some changes. A corporation having human feelings and ethics. Yeah, that doesn't happen. Hey, Allie, we were just talking about the Fireside Chat. Aw. It's pretty much the same conversation that we had last night. Bolo, good morning. Good morning, Bolo. It's good to see you. Thank you for coming in. Yeah. Corporations don't have human feelings and ethics. They just, I hate to be cynical. I hate to be this guy, but I've lived long enough, I think, to be able to say with fair confidence, there's really no corporation that cares about your feelings. I don't care what their commercials say. So, so just, take that with a grain of salt, or in my case, take it with the whole shaker of salt. But that was my salty treat for the week. I did want to give shout outs, and we will wrap this up so everybody has time to use the ladies' room or the gentleman's room before, and grab your coffee before we all head into the Two Hip Chicks chat. Yeah, it was kind of a boulder of salt. So we got Lisette, New England Betty Boop. She had me on her Instagram show last night, and I am really grateful for for my fellow resellers who reach out and give me an opportunity to promote my channel on their channel. That's a lovely, generous thing to do, and I just wanted to say thank you so much. So thank you, Lisette, so much for letting me be on your show last night. For Glampa, actually, my husband has been working overtime so much over the past month and a half. And yet he managed to show up to this black tie event in a suit and look beautiful and handsome and really take care of our family. So thank you very much, honey. Love you. To Jordan and Katie Nichols, congratulations on your surprise wedding. We didn't see it coming, but I love you so much. I love you both so much. Katie, welcome to the family. And congratulations to the both of you on your wedding. It was beautiful. You're both beautiful. And I hope I hope it was exactly what you wanted. I love you. To Horizon Picks. The vintage auction went great. Thank you so much. I did make just under $100 on the auction. And I'm not really a hardcore, hard goods seller. So just to have a little extra cash in the bank before my kid gets married, who knows? Just to have a little extra cash in the bank from that was really lovely. So thank you. To my buyers from the auction, John Beck, Johnny, Cajun Roots reseller, Misty's treasure chest for Carol Lee. And those are just a couple of fantastic ladies. And Ivan, thank you so much for your purchases at the auction. I appreciate that. And your orders are either on the way or you should have them by now. And a final shout out to my sister who is in the chat, Impu, one of the most amazing moms who does above and beyond what a normal mom can be mentally expected to do. To all of the moms out there, you do so much more than anybody ever will realize. The only people who really even have a kind of a clue is another mom. And so to all of the moms out there, thank you so much for what you do. We understand the craziness. We understand the late nights. We understand the tears. I understand wanting to take a load of wet laundry and just dump it off the back deck because you are done. I understand pizza night when you've cooked a nice meal. We understand all of that. So I just wanted to tell you, thank you so much for what you do. Being a mom is the hardest job in the world, hands down. And thank you for raising good citizens, good people, doing your very best all the time, every time, for all the lost night's sleep. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And never forget. Don't please ever forget. Glamma loves you. I'm going to go to the bathroom before the chicks start. Glamma loves you. Have a great Thursday. Bye.